going to apologize now for the quality of this video. I'm recording on my phone while I'm driving at night, so there's no light on my face. But maybe you'll get some lucky shots when I go under some lights. But I just wanted to talk, for no certain reason, I just wanted to talk about how amazing my girlfriend truly is. She's a streamer on YouTube and Twitch. I think she's coming up. She might not think that, but I think if she kept going at it, she could become very successful in what she does, and I'm super supportive of whatever she decides. But I really just wanted to talk about how much I adore this human being with all my heart. Her last stream that she posted onto YouTube, she had a live stream of her playing zombies and kicking some real ass. But while she's kicking ass, she's dedicated the entire video to our story, basically, of how we met, our first kiss, our first date, first time saying I love you and whatnot. And it's been on my mind a lot lately that I can't necessarily post about her on social media because I am not yet out of the closet, and I know that's kind of a poor decision on my part, because I could just come out and be able to talk about how amazing this woman is and how much I appreciate having her in my life. But I do try very hard to let her know how much I care, and all my friends know that I'm gay, and all my friends are very supportive of me and Paige's relationship, which I'm very grateful for, because the support really helps, because I'm so scared that my parents won't be as supportive. However, this little film right here, this poor quality, poor sound, poor everything video is dedicated to my amazing girlfriend Paige, and I'm gonna tell my side of the story. Okay, so me and Paige met 2016, the end, somewhere around there, like October, November-ish. We met through mutual friends. She was friends with a boy named James, and then became really close friends with Nemo, who's the guy I'm friends with. And they're roommates, so, you know, when they have like a party or something, there she was. And she mentions in her stream, in her video, that I was all over someone else when we met, and that is technically true, but I was also in a relationship with someone else. I was in a relationship with someone very far away, so it was a very hard situation for me. And then the guy who was there, yeah, I was a boy. I know, poor quality, poor video, poor choices, okay? But the reason we were all over each other was, one, we were very drunk. I was very drunk, he was very drunk, and we had talked. We were talking, and he was talking about his girlfriend who had lived really far away as well. We were both in a long-distance relationship, and we bonded. I hadn't had somebody who had been in a long-distance relationship as long as I had been, and it was really nice to actually open up to somebody and to talk. But I get it. It looked wrong. It didn't look good on our part. But again, drunk as hell. Nothing ever happened. Nothing even continued. Like, it was a nothing situation. There was no anything about it. But we did bond, and it was really great and whatnot. And I went home that day, and then a few weeks later or so, go back to Nemo and James's house, and there she is again. Paige is right there. I'm like, this girl's real cute. Would I ever say it to her face? Probably not. That shit is scary. I'm not about to do that. But again, not being out, it was also really hard to talk to people who might be gay. I wasn't sure if she was. I wasn't sure if she was bi. I wasn't sure if she was gay. I wasn't sure if she was straight. I knew nothing about this woman other than her name, which was Paige. What a beautiful name. Doesn't that just like roll off the tongue? Paige. It's just so... I can't. Anyway, she was there, and I kind of talked to her a little bit more and whatnot, and then there was another party. And I got real drunk again. I came with a friend. A friend was driving, wasn't drinking, so, you know, whatever. That's fine. And I told her that I would message her when I got home, because I wanted an excuse to talk to her. really think she would have cared if I didn't message her when I got home, but I couldn't even wait that long. Got up to the McDonald's literally right down the street before even the highway. And this trailer that my friends live in is literally 35 minutes away from my home. So I'm 2 minutes down the road at a McDonald's parked, and I just text her. I couldn't wait till I could get home. I just could not wait. And thus started the conversation of us eventually talking. I mean, originally it was just like, some mild conversation. We started getting to know each other. We started flirting eventually, and then she mentioned that she liked me, and I flipped out. I just flipped the hell out. I was at work, and I started giggling. I had to go in the back. I had to, get away from all the customers. And I was like, damn, this girl likes me. I gave off the wrong impression, though, when she told me she liked me. Apparently, I gave her the impression that I didn't like her back, but that wasn't entirely true. I didn't really say that. I thought I was being cute with what I said, but it came off the wrong way, so she thought she had no hope, but she totes did. And then we probably met up a few days after that. We went back to James and Nemo's, and we're just talking, but it's more talking now. It's like really getting to know each other. She was drunk by the time I got there, and I knew she was drunk because she wanted to be able to open up to me. That's just something I knew was happening. She kind of mentioned, she was like, I think I need a drink. I was like, just go ahead, whatever, you're staying here, that's fine. I'd went in the back. I started playing some piano. She came back there. She played the song that she knew. We kind of flirted some more. We sat down, brought out our phones. We were watching some stuff. And then I just asked her bluntly to go on a date with me. And that was terrifying. I wanted her to go on a date with me that Friday, and it was Tuesday. So, that's a 3-day notice. Usually, I guess that's kind of normal. 3 days, that's normal. But I'd never asked anybody on a date before, ever. I've just never been asked. I've never asked, but I took a stance, and I just asked. I was also a little tipsy, so liquid courage, And she said yes, and that brings us to our first date, which was at my workplace, which she thinks is very weird. I work at a movie theater, and I know that makes me cheap. That might make me cheap, but really, what are you supposed to do on a first date, okay? I didn't want to take her to a fancy restaurant and, pay $60-some for some fancy-ass food, and then after the date, it'd just be a waste of money. What if she didn't like me after the date, That's just a waste. I would have totally bought the movie tickets if I had to. I bought snacks, if that makes any difference. But yeah, I was a little cheap, but not meaning to be. It was just, let's go see a movie. Let's break this awkward first date. And it was not great. Our first date was not great. It got better, but the movie part wasn't great. It was just really awkward. Both of us wanted to hold each other's hands, but neither one of us would do it because we're both chicken shit. And it was just not a good idea. I guess maybe I should have taken her somewhere more lively. I don't know, where you could have actually communicated. During a movie you have to be completely silent as well. So I don't know. It's probably not a good first date now that I'm thinking about it. But it was fun nonetheless. After that, we went to Waffle House. We ate some food. We talked. It got better. We drove around for a while. We went to a park. We hung out. It's 2 a.m. By this point, we're still hanging out. We just want to spend more time together. There's no reason to go home. And I think we ended up getting milkshakes somewhere, but that could have been a different day. I don't remember very much. But I dropped her off, and I remember walking her up to her door. And she was wearing my winter coat because it got really cold out, and I didn't want her to be too cold. And I was going to kiss her goodnight, but the chicken shit got the best of me. And I was like, nah. So I just hey, I need my coat back, which was more awkward. And then I hugged her and we left, and that was that. And then the day after, I was hanging out at Shisha Cafe, which is a hookah bar, around where I live. It's also around where she lives. And a bunch of our mutual friends go there a bunch. And I was there with a whole different group of friends just hanging out. And then she showed up with her group of friends. And I was like, another excuse to talk to this girl. So I went and sat down with her for the majority of the time that she was there. She wasn't there very long. She was dropping off a friend who was too intoxicated to drive. And I remember just hanging out with her, getting to know her a little bit more, and then she was talking about going to her buddy Chris's house. And I was like, ooh, that sounds fun. I hope you have a good time, whatnot. And then she left with Chris, and they hung out and whatnot for a little while. It was probably about 25 minutes or so after she left when she texted me and asked if I wanted to come hang out with them. In hindsight, I had hardly known this girl. I did not know Chris, the man in which I'd be going to his house. But I said yes. And apparently, she told me this later on and also in her video, that she was saying it kind of to be nice, kind of not expecting me to actually want to come over, which does make sense. I probably would have done the same thing, anybody would have. But I'm crazy as hell, and I decided I need to see this girl more. So I went, and I made a vow when I left that hookah bar and drove my way over to Chris's that I was gonna kiss this girl. Maybe not tonight, but eventually it was gonna happen. And we hung out. I'm hanging out in this attic with this guy I do not know. He's funny as hell. He's such a great friend to Paige. And I was like, man, this girl has some really good friends. Maybe I can get some really good friends out of this too. I can not only get a relationship, but some amazing friendships as well. And we watched a bunch of movies, we smoked a bunch of hookah, we drank a little, and then she asked, because I drank, and at the time I was underage, but because I drank, she asked if I wanted to stay, which, another thing, you probably shouldn't stay at a stranger's house and someone you kind of just started talking to a week before that, but I'm stupid as hell again, and decided, yeah, I'll stay. It's one room. It's a one room, like, he was a roommate, and he had the attic, she had the lower floor. And so he had his bed, and then we had the floor. So all of us are in the same room. Nothing fishy's going on, nothing bad. So I felt safe. I felt, okay, let's do this. And so Chris passes out eventually. Me and her just laying on the floor, just laying side by side, not touching each other on the floor, and watching some show, but neither one of us can sleep because obviously the other one is there, and it's just like, man, both of us want to kiss each other, but man, that might be weird if Chris wakes up. But again, I did not care. So eventually I made the move and I kissed her, and we just spent the entire night. We stayed up all night. We did not sleep. We just stayed up. We kissed some. We watched more TV. I think we were watching cooking show with Ramsay or something, Worst Cooks or something. I think it was like Worst Cooks in America. So a really bad show, but we were watching and we didn't care. It was just really fun. And so that was our first date, and then the next day was our first kiss, and it was fantastic. It gave me butterflies, felt the sparks, saw the fireworks. It was explosions going off everywhere. Very, very good experience. And then our relationship just started like a week later. The only thing, okay, she always jokes about this, how I always make the first move for everything, like how I made the first move to talk to each other. I made the first move to go on a date. I made the first move kissing. Pretty sure I made the first move for like a majority of the things that we've done together. But she's the one who actually asked me out as her girlfriend. Like, she asked me to be her girlfriend a week later. I think it was like 8 days later, and we were hanging out at her other friend Bruce's house. We were hanging out, we went outside, we were just talking for hours in the car, and she just said, will you be my girlfriend? And I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. And so that started that. We started dating on January 22nd of 2017. So we moved fast as hell, but you know, whatever, the pace was fine, pace was great. I mean, it took us a while to say I love you. She actually initiated that first. She told me she loved me, I don't know, probably 2 months into our relationship or whatnot, and I felt really bad because she said she loved me, and I felt that I could love her too, but because I was not certain, I did not want to say it. Like, I don't know, there was something like in me, like I could have just said it and just got it over with, but it was more like, I want to make sure that I love this human being. I don't want to give her something that I'm not positive of. And so I let it sink in. When she had told me the first time, I loved her then. I did. I really, truly did. But I just had to make sure. I just needed to let it marinate for a while. And I don't think I've ever told her that I loved her when she loved me. But it took me a little while longer, a few weeks later or something, and I told her I loved her too. And it was a really good moment. It was just, both of us just fell more for each other. It was really a pickup to our relationship. And that about sums that up. So I basically just explained the entire story that she did, just from my perspective. I thought that would be neat. Maybe I'll put a funny video of something over this. Maybe I won't. I don't know how YouTube works very well, but yes. And I just kind of am also making this video because I'm not out to my family. And if they somehow find this, they'll know. They'll know I'm gay now. But it also won't be like a terrible thing, because I'll have this on the internet where she can always go to if she's ever feeling bad or something. She again, not being out is not a problem. She's not trying to push me out of the closet or anything. She's very supportive of me. She wants me to do it at my time, which I am so happy for, because I do know some individuals who will not even consider being with another person if they're not out of the closet, which I also understand. It's a lot to take on. Like, it's a lot to be a part of one side of the family, but not being able to be a part of the other side, because I just can't seem to come out yet. But also wanted to mention that I have been stepping closer and closer out of the closet. My parents are trying to get like a little hints about it. I'm not sure how they're going to react to it if I actually say it, but I have found out the way I'm going to do it. I have set it. I've started setting it in motion. I'm just waiting for the right time. I know everybody's saying there's not really a right time. Even what my girlfriend says, she says there's not ever going to be a right time. You just have to do it. And I'm excited to. I'm also terrified too. I've cried to her about it before, and she's cried with me. She's just very supportive. She's 100% there for me. I'm 100% there for her. There's no other human being in this world I want to be with other than her. And that's why I'm just so excited to come out. I'm just so excited for my family to know who she is, and to know how amazing I got it. How absolutely right I am right now. I've never felt so sure about being with someone than I am with Paige. She's definitely the person I want to marry. She's going to be my wife. She's going to be the mother of my children. We're going to have a successful life together. Even if we're broke, we're going to make it work. We'll live in a tiny house on the side of the highway. As long as the grass is green and not dead, we're going to be happy. And that's all that matters. Man, I just needed to let the whole world that sees this video know how much I am in love with Paige. Alright, sorry if that was boring, but just had to tell someone. Alright, see you guys later.